A quote by United Kingdom Prime Minister RISHI SUNAK. 100% of women don't have penises. Turning of things upside down, in parentheses, agenda. With that, I would like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rahwa, Radash, Fawada, Yahweh, for giving us Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai in them. Double honors to the CT bishops, elders of GMS, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who are descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. I'm Yaquab, Lord of willing, serving the King of the universe, King Yahushai, from the power of Yahweh. Again, the title is 100% of women don't have penises. Again, this was a quote by United Kingdom Prime Minister RISHI SUNAK. And this is biblical prophecy, a telltale sign of that this world will fall because of the understanding of the people. And this is coming from your world leaders, man, that here it is, it has to be something that you taught a week out of being born, okay? As soon as a baby gets that understanding, or as it grows, or even at an entry level of understanding that we at this point that these kind of things need to be addressed. Not even the regular people. We're talking about people who have degrees, master's degrees, PhDs, who run governments and cities and legislate laws, and etc., man. They're arguing about what a woman is. This is the telltale sign that we are in the last days, and this place will fall. This current setup, this system, this government, the understanding of this world, which is the true Byzantine Empire, is a backwards empire, a backwards understanding, because it's not the truth. It's a lie. That this place is out of here, man. And this is the telltale sign, and it all boils down to the prophecy, biblical prophecy, what you're about to bring out, man. The turning of things upside down, right? Not that things are just backwards. It's turning. When you turn something, you're actually turning it from the right position, right? You turned it from the right side. Then you're turning it upside. So when something's turned, that means it's something making it upside down. And if you can incorporate that to today's society, what's making things turn upside down is your elites, which is basically an agenda. It goes back to the 2021 agenda. If I'm saying it right, the 21 agenda. I think I'm saying that wrong. This goes back to the G20 summit, but the 2020 agenda, 2021 agenda. If I'm saying it wrong correctly. But anyway, the 2021 agenda really is the New World Order agenda, okay? And which goes basically into Marxism, which is Satanism, all right? Now, I have two scriptures I want to bring out. I also want to bring out something in this book, according to the agenda, that it's not just naturally things are just flipped this way, it's being turned, right? Just like when you don't make a turn in a car without someone turning the wheel first. We have to go this low in basic understanding to explain things like this. So again, when someone's turning something, it's being done by somebody holding the wheel. And who's holding the wheel to the society, which is basically control, right? Somebody has to control the wheel to turn it. Everything's, you have controlled information out here. Everything's being turned a certain way for a certain agenda. And that agenda is basically Satanism. All right. Now, again, you know, now if you go to the word agenda, it means basically, now again, you know, I do have, sorry, this, I forgot to mention, the UK Prime Minister, RISHI, SUNAK, right? I got this from an article of RT News. So, you know, I got, you know, spirits on my computer, man. It's been not working it's still loading for 3 days now. And, you know, with my spirit, I like doing shows with computers. That's the way I feel more comfortable. And I can bring this out more, but I can't lean on that now. And I just got to go, you know, another way through the spirit, Lord willing. And, you know, I can't read the article off the computer. So what I'll do, I'll just post it in the description, the RT article that I saw, and you'll see it there. But I took some notes down from it. But before I just mention a few things from there, remember, I just go to the word agenda. The word agenda means basically things to be done. All right. Where you write, I remember I used to have an agenda book. Oh no, in school you used to have an agenda book, right? For your classes, and you would just write down what had to be done, like your homework, you know. And you know, I got home, my parents, you know, my dad, my stepmom, they used to have to check my agenda to see what was my work for the day or the week, you know. So basically, or in other words, things that had to be done. Okay. Another thing about agenda, or what it means, also means to drive or to draw out. All right, or draw forth. Okay, so this 2021 agenda, which is really hence the New World Order, right? Their agenda, or hence things that they want done, or things they're trying to drive out or draw forth to society, which society is made up of people, right? Is their satanic agenda. They're turning things upside down. Their Marxism, because Marxism really goes into basically what? Changing the conservative or the natural things or order, which really the natural things go back to the Bible, because obviously the Bible, which is the book of life, which is the words of Heavenly Father, the creator of the heaven and earth, and all we live in this realm, and your spirit and body, everything's governed under a natural order, under a cycle, under an ecosystem, you know. And the thing about Marxism, they're changing the natural order of things, right? And what's more, where does everything start? Because natural comes from the word natus, which natus means to what? To spring forth and to be birthed, to be born. Right now we're in the active nature right now, as far as the seasons are concerned, because we're living right now. We're in spring, and spring means to what? Spring forth, birth. And nothing comes forth or is sprung up by none other by way of seed. So seed is essential to nature. That's why you call nature nature. Why? Because in the forest and amongst the nature itself, seeds bring forth nature, or seeds bring forth birth, which brings trees and etc. No different from how Lord designed mammals and creatures on earth, especially starting with us, right? A man brings forth nature through seed. That's not the natural order of things, man. And the only way. Anything other than that is artificial and not natural. It's not natural to go to a sperm bank and take some kind of frozen sperm, who long as no one's been frozen for, and put it in a woman. It's gonna be defective somehow. That's not the natural way. The natural way is through intercourse in a woman and a man putting his semen in a woman, so in her egg, so she can take that sperm, right, and through her egg and nurture it through her body and deliver the child, which is the man's legacy, which is the nationality of the man. All the information, the X and Y chromosomes, come from the man. No different from when, you have a business, or you make something and you put it in a. For example, you have a business and they do business with Amazon. Amazon is considered the deliverer, right? But Amazon works with other companies. So the companies would be like, say, if you have a product, the product would be the semen, giving it to the Amazon to package it. Amazon would be the woman to deliver it, right? So Amazon, nothing without its supplier. If Amazon goes down, there's other suppliers or other females to deliver that package. And all the package information comes from the one where the order came from, which is the man. All right, so, and I'm going on here. So we go into what I got written down here. So again, this quote was 100% of women don't have penises, right? So again, we're at this point in this society, right, where things like this are confusing to world leaders, right? And this was said by, again, UK Prime Minister RISHI SUNAK, and in response to a person, and you'll see in an article, which I can't read, stated why, is a Labour Party leader. His name is Keir Starmer. And he said 99.9% of women have penises. Can't get penises. All right? A rod. Right, which is basically male reproductive organs, right? So this is pathetic and disgraceful that, here at this time, along with many other subjects, that we have to make videos, okay, about something you learn when you're 2 weeks old, when you're 1 month old, when you're a baby. This is why this place is finished, okay? A male reproductive organ is what it is. It's a rod that issues a life-generating sperm, man, to carry on the man's gene, and it reproduces, right? That's what the Lord said in the book of Genesis. He said, "Be fruitful and multiply." And now this all goes into I'm not even going to say it. I'll say transformers, okay? Rights. And this is the most important of affairs to the westernized societies, the European societies, the EU, European nations, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty, and America, Babylon the Great. All the other world is against this understanding because it's not natural. All right? And if you don't agree with it, they call you transphobic, or these are transphobic assumptions to say that 100% of women do not have penises. They don't. It's not an assumption. It's the truth. It's natural. Now, if you want to talk about hermaphrodites, go ahead, but that's a defect, and they can't give birth. They can't plant seed. Just another point as far as this Byzantine crazy-ass world, right? Again, you have senators in America and all European nations. They can't define what a woman is. You had recently, I think this past Saturday, on SNL, Saturday Night Live, that show hasn't been funny in 20 years, okay? You had a binary, I don't know what the damn term is, a binary or whatever gender woman on there who was trying to stand up for trans kids, that doesn't make any sense, because technically you can't change the sex of any person, right? You have two things. Number one, you have 6,500 genetic chromosomes in your body that makes you what you are, male or female, and these cannot change. If you cut this off and put that on, or take this pill to grow some 2-3 hairs here, okay, in your face, and take 3 pills just to get a 3-inch penis, right? That doesn't make you, which it's not even a penis, but it doesn't make you the other one, whatever you're trying to be. Right? You still got that bone density. You still got that weakness or strongness with a male or female. And another thing, a man's pelvis and a woman's pelvis is different. Okay? A woman's pelvis, I believe, is smaller and lower than a male's. A male's pelvis is bigger and wider, of course. And a woman's hips, no matter what you do, of course, you got some long back women out there with no body, but at the end of the day, a woman's hips is that's the common denominator of why her mechanics are all off. Rather, besides lower testosterone levels and a weaker body, more fat body percentage, etc. Strength. The structure of a woman's, eye sockets, and cheekbones is way different from a man. A man's cheekbones and his eyebrows, right, are designed for war, protective. The skull is more denser, right, etc. Let alone a man has X and Y chromosome. A woman only has, I believe, what, XX. So let's read the agenda real quick. All right, this is called the I'm not even gonna say it, but this is the 2021 agenda. 2021 agenda. All right, this is written by Ralph Epperson. I'm just gonna read something real quick, and you see here. Well, let me not even go too deep in it, but you see what it is, and you know what it is by now. New World Order, man. Let me just read this quick insert real quick. Now, I have one thing I wanted to go to show Marxism. They shade in here. I have one thing I want to read. I see it right here, but also describes Marxism in here. I forget where it is in the intro. Okay. Okay, right here. Okay. This is, I don't know how to read Roman numerals, but this is in the introduction, right? So this is the definition of Marxism I'm going to read, right? It's this page here. I forget what that says here in Roman numerals, but let's read this intro here. So this is the definition of Marxism, right? I'll just read from here. It says, the alleged need for a change in the basic way things are done is consistent with the teachings of the father of communism, Karl Marx. When he co-authored the Communist Manifesto with Friedrich Engels in 1848, Mr. Marx wrote that the communists openly declared that their ends can be attained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions. So that's the way I had to have it written, highlighted here, but that's the definition of Marxism. Again, it's basically an overthrow of all existing social conditions. Again, an overthrow of all. Overthrow also means supplant, a takeover of all existing social conditions. Did we not just read that this is basically a social political affairs, right? Dealing with social differences and social knowledge, right? So the social conditions, your society is being taken over, man. Right? The conditions, which conditions means the state. And the state of your overthrow of the existing conditions is set, or foundation was set in things that are natural. Before the civil rights movement, which was dealing with their New World Order agenda, which I'm about to read, giving women rights, taking the woman away from the home, so the government could take the kids and raise them and indoctrinate them in their school systems, and by way of dogma, and teaching and start basically the government being your children's parents. That was the start of the, Marxism, so to speak. And, at the end of the day, the Bible says the women should be home and guiding the house. And at the end of the day, and that's what women want anyway. They here it is, they go to school to get their PhDs, but after graduating, they still want to be taken care of. They still want to not work. So what does that PhD mean then? They still want that same position. You should have never been out the house in the first place. Women's rights, whatever have you. So that's the overthrow of social conditions. And then it says, another paragraph real quick. It says the revolution, right, which is another word for overthrow or supplant or takeover, a revolution desired by the leaders of the world. Revolution, which is the elite banking families, which is none other than the Edomites that are going to be destroyed in the scriptures, right, is a moral and a spiritual revolution. You see? So it's a moral. So moral means what? Virtue, like moral excellence, like your morals. And the only morals that are excellent are found in the scriptures, in the Holy Bible, for the nation of Israel, through the power of the Lord through his son Yahushua. All right? Is a moral and a spiritual revolution, right? So again, not only your morals and which is excellence and virtue, right, and knowledge, right, but what does that really enhance? Your spirit, because truth enhances your spirit, no matter how many you slice it, man. So it's really a spiritual takeover to turn it upside down, which is basically satanic. Right? It says, an anarchy of ideas by which all standards set up throughout 19 centuries shall be reversed. All honored traditions, right? We're in the 21st century, the fourth industrial revolution, right? So basically saying since the beginning of time, really kind of from the Lord, after his denomination or his dominion, but really just saying in general. Since the world's begun, they're trying to change the norms of everything, man. So it says, throughout 19th century shall be reversed. So everything you thought you knew about how to plant the seed, how to grow a farm, how to raise your kids, how to identify what a man and a woman is, and etc. Right? How societies were governed and ruled. That's all being changed. All honored traditions trampled underfoot, and above all, the Christian ideal finally obliterated. You see? And Christian goes back really to what? Christ follower, which we already know, again, that we know that the Lord, Hebrews 7:14, he came under the tribe of Judah. We know that Yahushua is his true name, the deliverer, and came from the tribe of Judah, which is one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Okay, the sons of Jacob. All right? And so by that, to follow the Lord, he's a Hebrew Israelite. And to follow him, you got to follow law, statutes, and commandments, which only the Israelites can do. All right? So that's being a true Christian. Okay? But we know Christian goes back to what? The Lord. Following the ways of the Anointed One. All right, and we follow his ways by way of the natural commandments, it coincides with nature, man. You have laws that deal with the land, the natural, with nature itself. All right, so that was the definition of Marxism, as you see, overthrow of all existing social conditions. All right, and to obliterate Christianity, which is basically you want to obliterate the Bible. So everything in the Bible, whatever the Bible says, they're going to do away with it. And you see it now through articles like this on Russia Today and statements like this, that people have to define what a woman is. They don't know. Now let's go to this one I want to share real quick. Now this is a page XX, I forget, but I don't know if it's 22, I forget what that number is, but Roman numerals right there. That's what I'm about to read to you. Again, written by Ralph Epperson. Okay, so let me read this real quick. Get to the point. This is the agenda, or the WEF, or the Agenda 21. Yeah, that's the right way to say it. Agenda 21, which is the New World Order will include changes in the family. Homosexual marriages will be legalized. I believe this was written in like 1988. Okay, so this is the agenda they already had and planned. You know, the family, which the definition of family I always go into is a family is not a family without a father, because the definition of family means servants of a household. The only ones in a household that anybody can serve is a father, which is the head of the family. All right, so the family, homosexual marriages will be legalized. Parents will not be allowed to raise their children. That's right. That's why you have things again, we already know that, the whole world knows that this place, if you would compare it to any ancient of antiquity civilization or society, this is the same society of Sodom and Gomorrah that the Bible talks about. It talks about Sodom and Gomorrah should be an example, not to follow. Let's read that real quick. Okay, this is Peter's chapter 2, verse 6. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, and condemn them with an overthrow. There got that word overthrow again. It means to take over. All right, to overthrow. Right? And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, and condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. Right? So Sodom and Gomorrah, which that's where you get the term sodomy from, because we already know what they did back then. The story goes that you had these people in Sodom and Gomorrah and all the five cities trying to actually rape men, man. Rape the angels that were disguised in the body as men. Okay? And doing sexual perversions, necrophilia, pedophilia, debauchery, orgies, bestiality, you name it. They were doing all these sex perversions, man. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with the overflow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. So they were made an example, right? By what? By them turning into ashes. Okay. And what in this current world, it's going to happen the same way, because you need to learn, obviously, right? So what's going to happen in this place? Because you need to follow the example of the ancient times, right? So this place is going to be made an example, man. We've been telling you here, starting with Apostles of GMS on down, by way of World War III, by an instrument called the Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles that's going to be shot here, prophesied over 200 million shot here in Babylon the Great, to burn this place into ashes, into dust. That's how you know the presence of the Lord is going to be here, because in the Apocrypha it says, who can stand before the Lord and not be beaten to powder? So it just told you, if you were to stand before the Lord, you would be beaten to powder. So if this place is going to turn into powder, what does that mean? The presence of the Lord is going to be here, man. Through the ICBM missiles, through the Lord come back to the chariots and destroying this bitch America, man. Now let's go back here. It says, again, the family, homosexual marriages will be legalized, right? We already know that's America. They really legalized in all 51 or plus states, right? Same-sex marriages will not, it says, parents will not be allowed to raise their children. That's right. You can get your children taken away from you, man. DIFUS or whatever, or if both parents are going through hard times, and you don't have a place to live, they can take your children into foster care. So you don't even own your children, man. The state will. Yeah, the state raises your children. All women will be employed by the state and not allowed to be homemakers, right? Going back to the civil rights. Because when you have a woman at the house who's in order and in subjection under a man, under the spirit of our Lord, that house is going to flourish. It's going to be in order. And that kid's going to grow up strong. And I'll even say very carefully, even without the statutes, even without like the Bible per se, right? But before this 1960s, before the civil rights era, you had 80% of so-called blacks in America, 84% had both parents in the house. They were married couples. They had a higher marriage percentage than Edomites, and were more successful families. And this is not, they didn't know the name of the Lord. They were believing in Jesus Christ, but they still had a family intact, and the minds of our people were stronger back then, man. Now look at the household of our societies with the man at the house. You got a bunch of rugrats running out of here, man. Running the streets, causing chaos. I heard, brothers doing shows on that. Breaking windows, causing chaos, man. A bunch of brats, But it says, all designed, which is by Esau, that chaos, man. He designed all this chaos. Elder Iron Up, big brother Elder Iron Up, just did a shot and check it out, but a title, going into crack babies. That crack babies were designed. They know that putting crack in the communities in the 80s, 70s, 80s, that the children of the crack babies will grow up to be nothing but menaces to society, man. That was all designed to destroy our people, man. Who did that? Esau the devil, man. He planned all this. He engineered the people's downfall. Our people. And it starts with taking the father out the house, by changing the natural order of things. By telling you this doesn't mean that anymore, that means this now. Totally against nature. It's totally satanic, man. Which is overall against the scriptures. It says, all women will be employed by the state and not allowed to be homemakers. Divorce will become exceedingly easy, and monogamous marriage will be slowly phased out. Is it not true we're living in that? Come on, man. I don't need to go no more. Look, that's just the families. See, that's just the families. The family part highlighted. The family's destroyed in America, man. You got over 60-70% of families, over 80% of people who filed for divorce are women. 80%. Families are destroyed, man. Kids are mentally underdeveloped because they have no father. No structure, no order. Not given reality. But mental issues, man. Okay? And that's why Israel has mental issues, because the father has turned his back on us. Not the elect, though. Anyway, now let's go to the workplace. It says the workplace. The government will become the owner of all the factors of production. The private ownership of property will be outlawed. You see? Isn't that true? Did not Carl Schwab or something Schwab say you will own nothing and will be happy? Isn't he part of the World Economic Forum? The World Economic Forum is another abbreviation of the New World Order, where they make decisions of world future events, economic decisions, social, political decisions. Right? So you can't own nothing no more. You got to pay property tax. You got to pay this tax. You can't even, now they're going to own your bank. You own your bank account, man, with the central bank digital currency. Businesses are shut down. You can't even own business no more. Religion. Now let's read that. Religion will be outlawed, and believers will be either eliminated or imprisoned. Come on now. Come on now, that's where we headed, man. And it says, there will be new religion, the worship of man and his mind, and all will believe in the new religion. That's right. And how are they doing that? They're going to do it by a digital device. Turn you into a cyborg, which is basically called transhumanism, which is worse than death. And that's not natural. That's, you people talk about evolution, that's de-evolution. You're going backwards, man. Worshiping yourself to be a fake god. Okay, now let's go to the scriptures and I'll finish off there. Let's go to Isaiah 26. No, 27. Is it 29? Excuse me. Isaiah 29 and 16, it reads, I'll start from 15, right? Because we just read about the WEF, the Agenda 21, right? Agenda, again, means what? It means things to be done, right? To draw out or to draw forth, right? So they're trying to draw out things that are backwards. They want the new order to be done. So it says, Isaiah 29 to 16, I got to hurry because the battery's going to die. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel. Woe means destruction. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? That's right. You got secret societies, which the WEF members, that's what they're a part of. You know, fraternities and sororities that basically the foundation of that is idolatry, you know, worshiping idols and customs of the Greek customs and Babylonians and other satanic customs, man. That got to be found in all these past societies, Rome, etc. Right? And these are their councils, man. And ultimately, in these councils, they worship Satan. They have witches and warlocks, you know, Jesuit priests. You know, that's who they are, man. And they're pushing this out because this is the agenda, basically, of Satan. All right, Satanism. All right, because to say that a woman can have a penis is totally is satanic. It's adverse to truth. It's the opposite of truth. It's a foe to truth, which is Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as potter's clay. So this is prophecy. You're 100% doing this. You are surely trying to turn things upside down. I mean, you look at the world and the society, but guess what? It's going to be esteemed like potter's clay, just like a pottery. By default will always decay and decompose. Yo things upside down will decompose and fade away and crumble down, for sure, by the power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. It says, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? So yeah, what the things that is created by the Creator, is a creation going to say, he made me not, I'm not made, I made myself. We are Big Bang. We are just created by, you know, the cosmos of life. You know, get out of here. The probability, there's no way that would happen, man. We were designed by intelligent design, by intelligent being, which is the most high power, man. And it says, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding. So here you got people saying, no, you know, digital security and GMO foods and blocking out the sun and you eating bugs and meat made from in a lab somewhere, you know, made from poop cells, feces. Japan did that years ago. They made steak from some kind of poop, human feces. You know, splicing animals and mixing genes and cloning, whatever. All this, man, that's You saying the Most High is not understanding, especially you saying that going into Transformers. I'm not gonna say the whole word, you know. That men can be women and women can be men. And you got Yovel Horel Ravari, whatever his name is, Yovel Noah Harari, saying they don't, we can make God as angry as we like. We don't need him, right? So why acknowledge him? It is not very little. So that was it right there, right? The next we got is Isaiah 5th chapter. There's Isaiah 25 and 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteous of the righteous from him. And basically, woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, which is that false philosophy, that which is a false understanding, right? That false understanding is what the society is bringing out today, okay? Talking about that there's no such thing as a woman, there's no such thing as a gender. You might as well call the moon the sun and the sun the moon. I mean, this is the end, man. It's to your optics. A sun is different from a moon, just like a moon is different from a sun. A man is obviously different from a woman, but we live in a society that this is being normalized, man, and people are actually believing in this shit. So what does that mean? This is I can't even say this is a primitive world, because primitive goes back to primal, but it still had some instincts, natural instincts deal with primitive beings. The only thing we can say, this place is wicked. It's wicked. It's upside down. It's overall satanic, man. This is Satan's world, man. The prince of the power of the air. And the Lord's going to bring righteousness back, the right things, truth. He is the truth. He's going to bring back the right things and destroy the ones that flip shit upside down. We at that time. This is all prophecy. About to finish up. It says, so one of them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, right? And we know that darkness is considered what? This is this world, darkness. This is where I can get what's that? Proverbs 4:19. It says, the way of the wicked is as darkness, they know not of what they stumble. So the way of the wicked, think about the wicked people, which starts with Esau, and you 2/3, you part of that too. You 2/3ites, you wicked niggas, man, that you don't even know that you're stumbling. That's real bad. Okay, you're in the dark, you don't even know you're stumbling, man. That's what the scriptures say. And this world is a stumbling block. It's not the right way. And this body is a counterfeit to the real deal. This is not reality, man. We about to see reality come, and it's going to come with white woolly hair and a white beard, man, and red eyes, with the fury of Yahweh, man, and the mighty chariots, okay? That's the light of the Most High, the light for the ones who have the faith, the light, the knowledge, the truth in this dark world, okay? So, again, 100% of women don't have penises, right? Or rods, said by UK Prime Minister SUNAK. And, this is the time, this is the telltale sign we're at the end. Because we have government leaders, people who've been in school, which show you this bullshit. They don't learn nothing. I mean, this is a disgrace. It just shows the times we're in, man. This place is done. It's only a matter of time, man. Because this place is out of order. People's minds are totally gone. You people on earth are totally impressionable, right? Which proves men on earth are meant to be guided. We're the only beings on earth who have no a guide. You're supposed to be guided by your mind overall, by the power of the Creator. You know, see, the animals got their natural instinct, right? Fishes are born, they already know what to do. Deer spring up and can take care of themselves after a few whatever years, right? But the human being has to be cared for. I mean, we you know, all adult life. Even furthermore, you got people 50, 60 years old who came to find a woman. They have no natural instinct, which is righteousness. The natural instinct is given on, which is wisdom, knowledge, understanding, is given on to the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Okay, and what's that natural instinct? Faith in Yahushua, the Son of the Father. And that natural instinct is going to make us live forever as gods. Okay. You know, so with that's it on that. You know, just to show, you know, that again, that this, you know, this place is out of here. Okay, and by minute, entry level, brain busting stuff that this society talks about, man. And you know, and people who know who bring out, they know it's not the truth. It's the devil, the spirit of Satan, who's turning things upside down. Right? It's being controlled. It's being held at the wheel, at the helm to turn, and they're trying their best to turn it. But guess what? The Lord's going to grab that wheel and turn it straight again. Righteousness come back on earth, man, by the Spirit of Yahushua. All right, and with that, I pray you edified. I pray the Lord Yahushua was with this show. And I'll say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, Bahashim, Rahuah Qudash. Thawada, Yahweh, for giving us Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and double honors to the CT bishops of GMS, our big brothers. And shalom to you brothers in this country and all over the world, prophesying the true name of Yahweh Shemashah. And death to you false camp leaders and you phonies. Death to the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which is the holy prophecies of Yahweh Bahashim Yahshua, man. Okay? And death to the nation of Edom, but you gotta do slavery first. Destruction on the Edom Empire. And Kwam Yashala. Shalom.